What the heck's the T-Riffic show? It appears to be a thing where the style keeps changing. First you laugh, then you feel, then you sing, then you think.
Wait, all that in one show?
Yes,
That's insane.
exactly.
You're doing a skit, got jokes to spit, so you wing it. That's absurd. You throw a pun, a slapstick run, and rhyme each silly word. Who would watch a guy in socks trip over props for fun? Apparently, everyone, because it's a comedy where laughter writes the melody with goofy gags and pratfall tags and punchlines flying faster than the flags. Silly faces, weird embraces, nothing's quite as freeing as a comedy. But what if the jokes get tired and the crowd's desire turns low? You grab a pen, you sigh again, and turn the lights down slow. Now hearts are breaking softly, the spotlight fades to blue. It's a balladry where words are painted tenderly with whispered chords and soft rewards and feelings floating gently through the chords. One tear, one true, one soul set free. That's the poetry of balladry. But wait, what's that sound? A beat, a groove, a key change born to move. We got rhythm in our veins, and the crowd begins to sway again. It's a musical, a jam so bright it's beautiful, with riffs that pop and hearts that bop, and everyone claps till the beat won't stop. Snap your fingers, feel that vibe. We're alive inside this musical. And when the music fades away and laughter's had its time, we settle down to stories told in meter, prose, or rhyme. For every giggle, every tear has led to something true. It's a chronicle of dreams that grow ironical, with twists and turns and lessons learned and tales that make your spirit burn. One heart, one mic, one soul to share. It's life retold in chronicle flair. A comedy, a balladry, a musical, a chronicle sincere. From laughs to feels, from beats to tales, the T-Riffic show prevails. Get a dazzling, heartfelt truth and giggle, show it all.
Good evening! Once more, my terrific friends. Last week we took dreams and balance seriously, but this week forget balance, because we are taking our dreams to the doctor, where the diagnosis is likely bananas. Duty is paying the bills, folding laundry, and filing taxes. Dreams, on the other hand, that's when Beyoncé teaches algebra and your pet cat files for unemployment. Dreams and duty both matter, and they're both serious, but tonight we are leaning into the ridiculous, rather. So grab your alarm clock. Grab your pillow. Hide your alarm clock. Hide it. The Dream Doctor is in.
Ladies and gentlemen, tonight's theme is Dreams and Duty, which coincidentally are also the names of my twin goldfish. Dreams swims in circles chasing bubbles. Duty stares at the tank wall and pays taxes. Both are slowly plotting my demise. You see, dreams are the brain's way of saying, hey pal, reality was weird. But wait until you see the deleted scenes. You think your job is stressful? Your dream job is apparently juggling flaming chainsaws while riding a unicycle across a frozen lake, in a tuxedo, while singing opera. And your ex is refereeing. That's not ambition. That's mental pyrotechnics. But then comes duty. Duty is your alarm clock at 6 a.m. screaming like Satan's car horn on a Monday. Dreams tell you, congratulations, you're the emperor of Cloud Kingdom. And duty says, wonderful. Now scrape the burnt cheese off the ceiling, because the microwave exploded again. Nothing humbles an emperor faster than Tupperware fused to spaghetti. Dreams will whisper, you can fly. Duty whispers, you have shin splints, an expired bus pass, and your cat wants rent. Dreams invite Beyoncé to perform at your wedding. Duty brings Uncle Carl sweaty doing the worm on the YMCA dance floor until paramedics arrive. Dreams promise riches. Duty promises credit card bills. But here's the thing. Dreams and duty need each other. Without dreams, duty is just laundry, spreadsheets, and colonoscopies. Without duty, dreams are just psychedelic cartoons at 3 a.m., starring your ex, a talking donkey, and 6 flamingo lawyers debating property taxes. Together, though, they're the weird duet of life. Duty drags you out of bed. Dreams sneak you back under the covers to tell you, surprise, you're secretly a wizard with IBS. So when you wake up from a dream that you're late to work but riding a marshmallow submarine through outer space, remember that's not nonsense. That's your subconscious saying, you're overwhelmed, you're underpaid, you desperately need fiber. Science, people. Respect it. Dreams make us laugh. Duty makes us cry. Together they make us brush our teeth while crying into a Pop-Tart, while wondering why the toaster is glowing like a holy relic. Dreams whisper secrets in your ear while duty screams, you're out of clean underwear. And that, my friends, is the human condition. Ridiculous, exhausting, and occasionally sticky with jelly. I had a patient dream last week that their refrigerator ran for president. I told them, excellent, let it be, but please don't elect the butter. And do you know what happened? The butter staged a coup, appointed the yogurt as supreme minister, and the leftovers formed a union demanding vacation days. Dreams are fantastic. Duty is terrifying. Together they're a cosmic game show where the prize is survival. But the rules were written by a raccoon on nitrous oxide. Imagine your alarm clock giving life advice. That's duty. Imagine a talking marshmallow filing rent complaints. That's dreams. And somehow in this glorious madness we are thriving. Possibly. Maybe. Probably not. And here's the kicker. Sometimes duty and dreams collide. You're late to work, flying on a dragon, while your cat audits your taxes, and your goldfish demand a recount. That is life. That is the carnival of existence. That is why I became a professional dream interpreter. So someone could explain why your dreams have a Yelp review system and your duties have an exorcist hotline. So heed my words, my sleep-deprived citizens. Honor your dreams. Obey your duties. Laugh at the absurdity. And maybe, just maybe, invest in a fireproof mattress. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a consultation at 2 a.m. with a marshmallow who owes me rent, a toaster union, and a goblin with anger management issues. Sweet dreams, and may your duties be merciful.
If dreams just danced with flamingo lawyers and duty wrestled your coffee, let's slow down and step into Luna Whimsy's world, where alarms, socks, and unicorns all collide in poetry.
This morning at 6, my alarm began shrieking, not buzzing, not beeping, straight up demon speaking.
It growled in my ear, "Rise, worker, rise."
The rent's not paid, and hope just dies. It marched on my nightstand, a drumline of dread, while I clung to my pillow and played Mostly Dead. It blared like a toddler with a kazoo in flames, shouting out passwords, exposing my shames. I whispered, 5 minutes, like a lover betrayed. It hissed, 5 minutes? You're already unpaid. Your boss is on Zoom with his judgmental glare, and the dog ate your paycheck. You'd better beware. In dreamland, I soared on a unicorn bus where traffic was jelly and Mondays were sus. I waltzed with a toaster, I married the moon, then ate cake with Oprah while sharks played bassoon. But the alarm broke the dream with a screech and a jolt. It repossessed my dragon, foreclosed my colt. It canceled my Netflix, it taxed all my fries, it whispered, surprise! Your Wi-Fi just dies. I slammed at the snooze. It ducked like a ninja, then slapped me with socks from the laundry of Pinja. It hacked my Alexa, it changed all my tunes, now my playlist is just alarm clock booms. I fought with my blanket, I tangled my sheet, the alarm pulled my hair and insulted my feet.
It texted my mother, "Your child's still asleep."
Now she's outside honking her horn like a Jeep. I cried for my dreams, of beaches and bliss, of Ryan Reynolds proposing. Oh, what I missed. But duty was knocking with bills in his hand, and Beyoncé was screaming, "Girl, join my band." The alarm had recruits, a legion of chores, dirty dishes with pitchforks, socks storming the doors. The garbage rose up like a stinky brigade, and my inbox declared, "We'll never be paid." I tried to negotiate, I offered a bribe, I promised my clock it could join my book club tribe. But it wanted my soul, my future, my spine. It said, "Wake up now, or I'll eat your online." I lunged at the snooze with the fury of Thor, but the snooze grew legs and escaped through the door. It laughed down the hall, it mocked and it jeered, then brought back my ex, which was truly my fear. Dreams tried to defend me, they rallied, they flew, with dragons, with penguins, with Gandalf, with Stu. But duty unleashed the cruelest of schemes, a calendar alert for meetings and teams. The alarm clock was smirking, the battle was done. It whispered, "You're late and you haven't begun." So I staggered upright, socks crusted and torn, dragging my corpse to the tyranny of morn. And yet, every day, though the outcome is sure, I dream I'll defeat it, I dream of the cure. But until that bright dawn when the clocks all explode, I'm stuck in this nightmare, the alarm's endless ode. So laugh if you like, but remember my sores, for we are all veterans of alarm clock wars.
And as the alarm clock falls silent, the dreams linger, ready to hop off the page and into song. Let's hear it for Dreams and Duty, together, singing in perfect chaos.
Last night I was crowned by a council of chairs. I hosted a talk show with zebras and flares. I rode a spaghetti tornado through space, shook hands with a dolphin who borrowed my face.
This morning began with a toothbrush that bled, a coffee that sputtered like it wanted me dead.
The trash bag exploded, the Wi-Fi went down, and my boss wants a smile that looks nothing like frowns.
Dreams in my pillow, duty on the floor.
One makes me wonder, what evens the score?
I laugh in the night, I sigh in the day.
Somehow I'm living both anyway. I gave a TED talk to a room full of ants, then tangled with Shakespeare in orthopedic pants. sell, don't invest. While Beyoncé was arguing which sweater looked best.
I signed for a package addressed to my cat, then emailed an answer to please confirm that.
The laundry revolted, the fridge made a hiss,
And the plumber is scheduled again. Hit or miss. Dreams in my pillow, duty on the floor. One keeps me guessing, one evens the score.
both pull me forward,
Both tug me back.
somehow I'm running the same double track.
My landlord was juggling planets.
He's still waiting for the rent,
I'm an invisible candy.
but the car payment's already spent.
If one makes me sore, the other keeps ground.
Together they're chaos and somehow profound. Dreams in my pillow, duty on the floor. They argue, they wrestle, they're never ignored.
But tangled together, they shape who we are.
Half chasing the clouds, half fixing the car.
And as the final note fades, we step into rebellion. Breakfast madness. Hold on to your Pop-Tarts, peoples. Benny Snoresbees is about to prove that even toasters have dreams.
Ladies and gentlemen, gather round, because this isn't just a story. It's a cautionary tale, wrapped in Pop-Tart crumbs and chaos. There once was a boy named Marvin. Marvin was an excellent sleeper. In fact, he considered his bed a 5-star resort for the weary and dramatic. But Marvin had a problem. His toaster had wings. No, not metaphorical wings. Literal, feathery, slightly greasy wings that flapped like tiny caffeinated hummingbirds. Every night, Marvin would dream that his toaster, he called it Sir Toast-A-Lot, would sprout wings, zoom around his kitchen, and abscond with his Pop-Tarts. Not just any Pop-Tarts. The frosted brown sugar cinnamon ones with the sparkly sugar that look like tiny disco balls. Sir Toast-A-Lot would swoop in, snatch a Pop-Tart mid-air, and vanish into the ceiling fan like some flaky breakfast-themed bat. At first, Marvin laughed. "It's just a dream," he'd say, blinking at crumbs on his pillow like, "Well, at least the toaster didn't eat my homework." But night after night, Sir Toast-A-Lot became bolder. Sometimes it would drop the Pop-Tarts on the cat, who looked offended but suspiciously like it approved. Sometimes it would zoom straight at Marvin, forcing him to do interpretive dance to dodge flying pastries. And every morning Marvin would wake up exhausted, covered in crumbs, his cat glaring like a tiny, judgmental landlord. One fateful Wednesday, because of course it was Wednesday, Marvin overslept. The sun was doing its passive-aggressive thing through his blinds, birds were gossiping outside like they owned the place, and the frosted brown sugar cinnamon Pop-Tarts were gone. His mom, a woman whose superpower was a mixture of laser vision and passive-aggressive nagging, stormed in like a caffeinated hurricane. "Marvin, if you keep dreaming, your breakfast will fly away." Marvin blinked. "Mom, what?" I said, "Your breakfast. It's gone. It's in the vent. Possibly negotiating peace terms with the dust bunnies. And also, you're late." And Marvin realized the dream wasn't nonsense. Sir Toast-A-Lot wasn't just a winged pastry thief. It was a metaphor. A breakfast-based, winged, slightly judgmental metaphor for life. For showing up. For doing the things that mattered, even if it was just brushing your teeth or unblocking the sink before it became a Pop-Tart swamp. Determined to face reality, Marvin raced downstairs, dodging rogue cereal boxes and a yoga mat that had somehow rolled into a booby trap. He grabbed a Pop-Tart from the pantry, waved at Sir Toast-A-Lot, which had returned to its usual stationary, corded self, looking smug, and muttered, "Okay, lesson learned. I will rise. I will shine. I will probably eat another Pop-Tart." From that day on, Marvin never overslept again. Well, not by more than 7 minutes. He showed up to school, to life, to chores, to whatever weirdness awaited, because he knew that even if the toaster tried to steal his breakfast, he could handle it. Acertó a lot. Well, it remained in the kitchen, wings folded neatly, like a breakfast-themed Gandalf, silently judging. But every now and then, when Marvin's mom wasn't looking, it would twitch its crumb-laden feathers, reminding him, "Stay awake, my friend. Dreams are fun, but breakfast waits for no one. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is why you always respect your dreams and your toaster."
From flying toasters to alarm clocks gone rogue, we have learned one thing. Actually, no, 3 things. Dreams make us laugh, duty keeps us grounded, and together, they work together to make life gloriously wild. So stay awake. And lastly, I emphasize please, don't let your breakfast fly away. Good night, everybody.